The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and the guests, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated individuals, organizations, or sponsors. The content is provided for entertainment and informational purposes only, and should not be taken as professional advice. While we strive for accuracy, we make no representation or warranties about the completeness, reliability, or accuracy of the information discussed. Listeners are encouraged to verify facts and form their own opinions. The host and producers are not responsible for any errors, omissions, or outcomes related to the use of this content. By listening,
new music, blah, blah, blah. We didn't even talk about your boy dropping KO. Your boy mad at NLE Choppa, mad at NBA Youngboy. I was going to skip this altogether, but fuck it. I'll talk about other stuff. I might as well. What your boy on? A lot of some folks like it, some folks don't. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I really don't. I think that NLE Choppa is creative. You know what I'm saying? I like the songs of his that people don't like, especially if, you know what I'm saying, if I was a bad, I want to upbeat too. I want to upbeat too. Y'all seen, y'all might not have missed the clip that I actually danced to that, but we're not going to do that again. We're not going to relive that. But now he has a problem. I thought this was 21 Savage when I first looked at it. I ain't gonna front. Anybody else thought this was 21 Savage? I had to look at it real hard. Like what? Like who was Buddy? Is that so? That's supposed to be NBA Youngboy. Now I'm gonna not play the music because I don't want them to flag me. No, we just gonna mute it anyway when they flag us. But fuck it.
The nigga, you poison the youth, nothing positive you
do. And you know, he using the famous sample.
Just a
they laughing at you. Well, some folks got stuff to say because you got choreography and you got to create a video though. Look in the background. The dude, you know what I'm saying, acting like he finna hit his girl. Oh, lame ass, coward ass nigga.
The youth, nothing positive you do. You the reason niggas beating bitches thinking that it's cute.
Yeah, see. Now he preaching now. Take that cigarette out your mouth. That don't even look like NBA Youngboy. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I like this part even though it's kind of like crazy. I ain't gonna talk about it, but my boy dressed up like Pop doing the two-step. I got my drink in my two-step, my drink in my two-step. Look at these niggas in the background crumping and doing all kind of wild, crazy stuff. KO, man. I haven't even watched this video at all, but it's kind of hard to avoid. He got like a lot of different versions of it, or maybe it's just one long video and he got like a lot of different paying homage to Michael Jackson, Tupac, but he dissing everybody's favorite rapper right now, NBA Youngboy. And for some folks, they just gonna call this jealousy. They're just gonna be like, oh, he jealous of NBA Youngboy, you know what I'm saying? He a hater. And they gonna reference his last song, If I Was a Bad Bitch. And, you know, they just gonna try to say that this is coordinated buffoonery. It might not be coonery. It might be anti-coonery, but it might not have landed like he wanted it to land it. And they probably spent a lot of money on this whole rollout. It'd be wild when folks spend a whole rollout fortune just to hate. But I don't know, man. If you like it, I love it. Shout out to NLE Choppa, man. Shout out to NBA Youngboy. I think NBA Youngboy came around for good. And I also think that his music's not it's not necessarily for me, but it ain't bad. This is what NBA Youngboy's mom had to say. How are you gonna hate from outside the arena? You can't even fill one up. Ooh, Shots fired. Reload. Head looking like a eggplant without the rubber. I would be upset if this was coming from someone who matters, like someone people actually listening. Clown like someone who is not in the closet. So then they always use the gay attack. Black women got to start getting better with that, though. Black women, y'all got to stop using the gay thing to try to attack black men, even if they do dress like this. I mean, I understand that it's gonna be hard to beat the allegations, dressed like that. But shit, NBA Youngboy be having suspect times as well. So I just don't like when black women like reach and start saying stuff like, "Oh, he gay. Oh, you need to come out of the closet." Because black women are the ally to the gay community, the biggest ally to the gay community. But a lot of folks was mad because NLE Choppa has been playing chess. He may have a checkerboard on his video, but he's been playing chess because, man, we not NBA Youngboy's chess. We talking about the billboard. So that boy got a billboard out there.
Man, hold on, man.
In Baton Rouge.
Say, y'all. Man, this man had lost his mind. Man, this man, hey, say, y'all, NLE Choppa and lost his mind. This man got his little song. Oh, man. Oh, he tripping. I don't even know what to say. He got it right on the edge of the Chippewa. Oh, yeah, he tripping. NLE done lost his mind. He tripping. No way!
That folks passing by that shit, man.
Man, hold on, man.
Oh no, man. Oh no, man. So now them folks ready to crash out because he got a billboard in Baton Rouge. One thing we worry about, boy. We gotta pray for the youth, but definitely pray for NBA Youngboy fans. Cause crashing out ain't nothing but a thing to them. Ain't nothing but a thing to me to crash out. I was finna say I want to make a crash out song, but my boy already made one. Come on with the crash out song, Pluto. These young folks need it. All right, so what else we got? I just been freestyling, man. Talk about everything I said I was, everything but the shit that I said I was going to come over here and talk about. I do this every time, too. Marshawn Kneeland. I guess it's time for it. We about an hour in. Talked about music and stuff. Maybe we'll come back and double back on another music topic. But Marshawn Kneeland, the Dallas Cowboy defensive lineman. I really just don't understand this story, man. Mental health is an important topic. It's actually an important taboo topic in the United States that people need to pay more attention to, man. I have gone through mental health episodes. I may be currently going through one. I don't self-diagnose, and sometimes I feel like some folks just put diagnoses on themselves, and sometimes words are powerful. And sometimes there is stigma in the black community that makes us maybe self-diagnose or misdiagnose ourselves. Or because we may misdiagnose, people may not take the mental health conditions serious. But definitely in everyone's family, there is someone suffering with mental health, either up front or underneath. And when those that are suffering from mental health underneath, you may not know how to help those people, especially if they don't speak up, because it's hard to speak up when you're going through something, man. Sometimes it's just financial, but a lot of times it be deeper than that. Depression could really be triggered. I mean, financial, image, weight, injuries, relationships. A lot of triggers when it comes to depression, and that can lead to a deeper, darker mental health episode. Shout out to Gucci Man. Just the other week we spoke on Gucci Man and his book episodes and him coming forward on his mental health struggles. Bravo to him. But let's talk about Marshawn Kneeland, man. It just didn't sit well with me, the story on how another NFL football player commits suicide. It's almost the second one in less than a month, because we got it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Hold on, man. I'm gonna get it together after a second. I just looked at this dude and I just kind of lost it. But Rudy Johnson passed away. The Cincinnati Bengals. We covered it on the show. Rest in peace, Rudy Johnson. He passed away from a suicide. Nick Mangold didn't die of a suicide, but he died of a kidney illness. And I don't know, man. It's just a lot of football players that pass away throughout the year. I'm going to find the time to put together an expose or a documentary or a mini episode or something based on this topic. But for right now, I guess I'll do my due diligence and do the research that is presented when it comes to speaking on Marshawn Kneeland. This is him and some of his footage from the combine, man. Man was
From Grand Rapids, Michigan to Dallas, Texas, Marshawn Kneeland's football journey has been full of change. Different teams, new positions, growing expectations. But from day one, his mom, Wendy, has always been there.
What would she make of all this if she was here right now?
She would probably be here right now.
She'd be on the fence.
She would be,
like
every practice that we had, she would want to be sitting right here.
Wendy Kneeland allowed Marshawn to keep dreaming about the NFL.
That support system I always had there never let me worry about life.
So when Marshawn made it pro, he wanted to give his mom everything in return.
Pretty much how my plan was is okay, I'm gonna help my mom for all the time she helped me. That's a part of the dream that I had.
But in February, with his trip to the NFL Combine just days away, Marshawn was blindsided by a loss he couldn't see coming.
It happened overnight. I get a call from my aunt, and she told me sit down and stop everything I'm doing. And I think I just had a couple hours of disbelief.
Wendy Kneeland passed away unexpectedly. Marshawn and his family have decided not to go public with the exact cause of death.
She had health problems and stuff like that, but it was nothing life-threatening.
Somehow, Marshawn found the strength to keep going, completing the combine and the draft process.
How did you move forward?
I just had to lock in on, how she was always there for me for football. She wouldn't want me to grieve in that situation. She wanted me to, continue chasing my dreams.
In April, with the 56th overall pick in the draft, the Cowboys made that dream come true.
At what point after that moment did you take a moment to talk with your mom?
It was definitely that night. I have a urn with her ashes in it So, you know, I was able to just go outside, like take my time away from people and just, you know, basically hold that and, you know, act like she was still there.
What'd you say to her?
We made it. Yeah, we made it.
Man, just hearing him laugh, man, it just still leaves me confusing. And I know it's like hard to kind of to question the evidence, but when the story first came out, the way I heard of the story, I just felt foul play was involved because when they first announced that he passed, for one, they said that it was a car accident and a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and they found him in a porta potty. So the story was that on Wednesday night, Marshawn Kneeland was pulled over or followed by state troopers, and it was a traffic infraction, something minor. They never got a chance to pull him over because he began speeding away. He fled. They couldn't follow him. They felt it was too dangerous or whatever. For whatever reason, they ended pursuit. But they continued to look for him in other ways. They later discovered his car had crashed, and he was found nearby bathroom or porta potty with a gunshot, a self-inflicted gunshot wound. What they're saying. His girl confirmed that he had texted her or something and had a message that said he might end it. But again, this is an NFL player in his second year, make about of a $6 million contract, make about $1.5 million a year to play in some maybe. Dallas Cowboys, Texas, NFL season on Wednesday. He just scored a touchdown last week, a week ago. With Rudy Johnson, I was kind of thrown off because Rudy Johnson had a birthday coming up. Marshawn Kneeland scored a touchdown in the very next week after being threatened with a traffic violation and getting away from the police in a high-speed pursuit. He decided to end his life, and he was struggling with mental health struggles. He lost his mother. It's deep. But he's wearing Charles Haley's number, and that's also deep. But I'm still torn on just accepting that this guy is still a kid, man. I'm just seeing people that's so much younger than me that's possibly could be my son. Old enough to be my son, man. And I know that says a lot about me, but it has an effect on me in that way when I hear about these tragic deaths in sports and music and entertainment. But it's been happening a lot, very, very often in sports. Here we got about 4 in the last 2 months. But rest in peace, Marshawn Kneeland. Let's get into I think this is a 911 dispatch call. Trigger warning and thoughts and prayers to anybody that lost anybody to mental health. Trigger warning again. We about to play the dispatch.
We're talking to the girlfriend. She's trying to call his agent, but we're trying to get him to call her to call him first. But she's saying He is armed and has a history of mental illness, and her quote was, "He will end it all."
Good copy. You probably ran back to the car to get the gun. 10-4.
If she calls him, we'll let you know.
Good copy. All right, y'all do me a favor. Everybody stay with a buddy. Don't go looking alone. This guy is armed.
President, they just received a text from him, a group text from him saying goodbye. They're concerned for his welfare. They do not have a key to the apartment.
David said I copy. I advised on this call. We were just out there. There's nobody at the apartment. I'll contact him by phone.
We have a lieutenant calling in from Plano advising that the NFL is calling Plano PD and the subject is texting his family goodbye.
It's absolutely bananas. It's just bizarre. I mean, there's a hint of the conversation or the tone that I just don't sit right with me still. There's a hint of tone that they use that just, I just don't like it.
Marshawn Kneeland scored a touchdown on Monday Night Football. And today we are mourning his death as an NFL family. To his family and loved ones and girlfriend, his teammates, to his coaches, my condolences, my prayers to you as you grieve and you mourn his loss. This is another reminder about the mental health struggles that so many people deal with. And mental health issues don't stop at the doors of the stadium. Because you can complete these amazing athletic feats, that doesn't fend off these struggles. The fastest player, the Lamar Jacksons, the Tyreek Hills, aren't fast enough to outrun these struggles. The best of quarterbacks, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allen, can't throw these troubles far enough away. The most aggressive defenders, the Myles Garretts, the TJ Watts, the Micah Parsons, can't sack these things. These are issues that all people deal with, especially in this day and age, Black men. The suicide rates of Black men over the last 5 years have risen at an alarming rate. Among the suicides of African Americans, Black men account for 80% of those. And now Marshawn Kneeland is a part of it. And it's not an age thing. I know so many times we point to the Dave Durisons, the Junior Seaus, and the Rudy Johnsons for players who post-career deal with these issues and eventually take their lives. But what about Javon Belcher in Kansas City years ago? And then now Marshawn Kneeland, to add to something like we dealt with Kyron Lacy. These are sad and tragic situations that tell you to check on your people, that tell you even though we're smiling, even though we're working, even though we seem to have it all, there could be an internal fight. There could be demons that linger that eventually rear their heads in tragic and devastating ways. Marshawn Kneeland, you'll be missed. To all the people who will continue to mourn and continue to grieve, we send our prayers, we send our blessings, and we send our condolences. Marshawn Kneeland, born 2001 and gone now in 2025.
You're listening to Doja Told Ya Radio.
I apologize. Let's have a moment of silence for Marshawn Kneeland. I also want to take a moment to remember and honor Doug Martin. I didn't get a chance to speak on his death because everything just happens so fast. It seems that he was also dealing with mental health issues. He needed help. he walked up on the wrong family or the wrong house or the wrong place. And again, I just don't understand how these men could be so young, successful, and whether it's the police, whether it's doctors, the organization of the NFL, the system, man, it's just something's going on. I can't prove it. I don't know. Like, I don't really know exactly how I could explain how I feel, but something's just not right. Ex-running back Doug Martin died in custody after a break-in. Why? I don't know. Doug Martin, a former All-Pro running back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, died in police custody early Saturday morning, October 20th, 2025. Following an incident at a residence in Oakland, California, Oakland police reported that the officers responded to a call about a break-in at 4:15 a.m. Saturday and encountered Martin. Prior to his death, Martin was involved in a break-in at a residence in Oakland. While responding, officers were attempting to detain him. Brief struggle occurred. After being taken into custody, Martin became unresponsive. Paramedics responded to the scene, provided medical aid, and transported Martin to a local hospital where he later died. Now, that's just not a lot of information. But that's the information that they provided. That says a man that provided for his family and some, hell, a community. An NFL player provides for a community of people larger than a family. Is now gone because he was trying to break in somewhere? What? How? What? I think I might have heard a story of saying someone saying that Doug Martin was, he needed help. And he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And after you get in the custody of the police, it's really no telling what happened to you after that. That's why black men run, do whatever they can to try to avoid being in custody of the police, because to quote a UGK song, one day you here, the next day you gone, especially when you deal with, man, I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words. Let me just get into a clip. Again, trigger warning for those who have lost someone to mental health. These are tough topics. These are tough videos. So thoughts and prayers. And if you do need some help, or you are going through something, and you need someone to call, 904-319-6717. I never do that. I'm not that popular, so it can't be that much harm. But yeah, hit me up.
People cared for him. He was so caring. Words cannot explain how caring he was.
Overwhelmed by sadness, Cara Ruffino is describing her friend Doug Martin, former NFL and college football player who died Saturday morning. Police say he was involved in a break-in at this Oakland Hills home. As officers attempted to detain him, they say there was a brief struggle, and after being detained, Martin became unresponsive and later died at a hospital.
They dropped the ball. Is it because the color of his skin that they thought maybe was someone bad?
Ruffino and her family met Doug when he was in college at Boise State, before his time as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer and Oakland Raider. Doug's former agent released a statement on behalf of the Martin family, in part saying, privately, Doug battled mental health challenges, going on to say Doug's parents were actively seeking medical assistance for him and had contacted local authorities for support. Feeling overwhelmed and disoriented, Doug fled his home during the night and entered a neighbor's residence 2 doors down. I spoke with his former high school football coach in Stockton.
We miss him. We're grieving. We're hurting. Tough loss for a lot of people. A lot of people that loved Doug.
I think a lot of our hopes were that, maybe some of the personal demons that he was facing, he was getting behind him.
Nick Perkins also met Doug in Boise. He says he was a fun-loving, stand-up guy who was very involved in the community and who helped put Boise.
Rest in peace, Doug Martin. Let's take another moment of silence. Again, it don't sit well with me. And I've seen a terrible ass movie, him. And even just the time of stuff, man. All the stuff that happened at the time. Nah, I like it. Right, what? So, all right. So, congratulations to Zoran Mamdani, the new mayor of the New York City. On his first day, he got straight to it. We talked about Mamdani's in 2025 his money win on the last episode. But even though we are not New Yorkers, we want to keep up with Mamdani. What is Mamdani up to? What is he doing? On day one, he said he was going to say, we are in the transition phase, he said. So, Mamdani, what you got for us, baby? I'm going to be keeping people updated, too. We're going to be looking at Mamdani, his progress, his success, and I'm sure there probably would be mistakes every now and then, but everybody's going to be watching Mamdani. And Mamdani, I know that you know that, but make us proud.
أنا اسمي زهران ممداني وعم رشح حالي ليكون العمدة الجديد في مدينة نيويورك.
Oh man, not the Muslim campaign slogan. I just want to see the. Is this it?
Good morning, New York City, and thank you. Last night we made history, and today we begin the work of making a new administration. Welcome to the transition. This is the period over the next few months where we build a city hall that delivers on the promises of our campaign, to make New York City affordable and to make government accountable to the people it serves. As we prepare to govern, we'll start announcing the leaders who will help implement our agenda. People like deputy mayors who oversee entire areas of government and the commissioners who carry out the critical work of city agencies. These appointments will be driven by excellence, integrity, and a hunger to solve old problems with new solutions. Talking to organizers on the front lines of the fight to improve our city, government veterans with proven track records, policy experts from around the country and the world, and working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency, because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day and a new era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com. Now let's get to work.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got distracted, man. A new era for New York City, man. Congratulations once again to Mayor Mamdani. I like that. That got a nice ring to it. Mamdani. Mayor Mamdani. Yeah. The immigrants are running the yard. The immigrants are running the insane asylum. New York City, stand the fuck up. Shout out to everybody that was mad at Mamdani for saying that New York was built by immigrants and all that good stuff, and folks saying it was built by black folks. Come on, bro. We can't like, yeah, we know this sometimes. Sometimes we just gotta let good just be good. I'm saying every time. We can't be those people like every time. We just want to be mad at everything. So there's still a government shutdown. Trump had been had a federal judge had ordered him to pay the SNAP benefits, and then he still refused, and then he sued and went back to court. Then the Supreme Court said that he still had to pay the benefits, and then he still pushed back, and then the Supreme Court said, okay, you don't have to pay the benefits. They don't have to pay the SNAP benefits. There is, again, a reserve of money that's put away for emergencies, break glass. This is one of those emergencies. Donald Trump is using the SNAP benefits and hunger on 41 million or close to 41 million people as leverage to get what he wants with this big beautiful bill and cutting health care benefits and all of this stuff. I'm not gonna go all the way in depth into the entire process. We'll probably try to do another show to do that, and we usually skip over a lot of the Trump news, but I wanted to, before I got out of this program, to at least acknowledge some of the bull junk and maybe some of the good stuff that Donald Trump maybe is up to, allegedly, or the propaganda that at least on there. So there's a stimulus check of $2,000 supposedly coming on, right? Let's not get excited, but for someone that actually talks a lot down on Democrats and socialism, people are so get excited when Donald Trump so-called gives away money. You know, people taken care of by the government. Ooh, socialism. Anyway, Donald Trump said people are against tariffs. They're fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world, and with almost no inflation and a record stock market price, 401ks are higher. Than ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars, and we will soon begin paying down our enormous debt. $37 trillion record investment in the U.S. plants, and factories going up all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. Pipe dreams, boy. Them folks doing whatever they can to make you not think about them Epstein files. Like, them folks really ain't gonna release them Epstein files. I don't know who is in them files. They say Donald Trump ain't touched no little girls and he ain't in the files. But man, if you ain't in the files, you sure do a lot of stuff to make it look like you trying to distract from the files. Again, the government's record number of days being shut down, over 36 and counting. By the time you see this, we may be on day 40. The Democrats have put up an ultimatum or a resolution, if you will, that if they extend the ACA, that's Affordable Care Act, if they extend the subsidies or the credit for the Affordable Care Act for 1 year, and then come back and vote on it in a year from now, they'll open up the government and we can get, you know what I'm saying, back to living our lives, you know, at least halfway normal, because it now definitely going to be normal in this administration. And so there is a resolution out there. The ball is now in the Republicans' court. People say that Speaker Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, has been not only using the leverage of the SNAP's benefits and, you know, benefiting the American people. He's been using the leverage of that and the leverage of leaving the government shut down and leaving the Congress from gathering. Congress has not gathered since like September 5th. You know it's bad, bruh, when Marjorie Taylor Greene can't take anymore. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of my favorite politicians. I be on her Instagram page and, you know, saying, go ahead, Marjorie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Marjorie don't even believe in a QAnon no more.
Say you don't believe in the QAnon conspiracies anymore?
Oh, I went over that a long time ago. I mean,
So you've changed?
Well, no, I haven't changed. I was a victim, just like you were, of media lies and stuff you read on social media. You all have attacked me many times on this show. Because of things that you read about me. That weren't true.
Or clips we've seen.
Or clips you've seen
The
that
Jewish space
took me out of
lasers, what was
context.
that about?
No, but
Wait, hold
not
up,
even true.
Let's
It's
take a
been-
second.
Yeah, it's been
I'm
rebuffed.
getting the...
Say you don't believe in the QAnon conspiracies anymore?
Oh,
Well, that's just not the only thing that old Marjorie been coming around about. Marjorie, she's saying that, you know, it's enough is enough. They supposed to been open this government back up. And them folks is bullshit. Oh, yeah, Nancy Pelosi had retired, too. I guess we could talk about that. But, hold on. Let's see what Marjorie's got to say about that.
However, I will praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party. I served under her speakership in my first term of Congress, and I'm very impressed at her ability to get things done. I wish we could get things done for our party like Nancy Pelosi was able to deliver for her party. So I wish her well in her retirement. However, I will praise Nancy Pelosi.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, man, I don't know, man. She been coming. She just been saying some real shit. And
practically, I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. By the way, I'm missing the call today. It's going on right now. And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe there is
Honestly,
no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus. Yeah. And I think that's a failure. I do.
round of applause for Marjorie Taylor Greene for telling the fucking truth for once. My God. Somebody call hell. See if it's frozen over. See if the devil has on skis. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I mean, I've been watching Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson. What's happening to me? You know, it's like I'm rolling with them, but I'm not. Nick Fuentes, they're going off crazy, man. Absolutely bananas. I don't know what's going on, man.
September 18th. Here, you know, I was telling my staff on the way here, I said, I voted to fund the government on September 18th. And here we are today is November 6th. And the House has not been in session since then. And I truly believe that's an utter failure.
I mean, the midterm campaign is upon us, and you're gonna be seeing all kind of people do all kind of things on politics. And we were in both sides. You know, again, I'm Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not a big fan, but I was over, and she keep up doing what she's doing. I'm gonna keep congratulating and saluting. Again, salute to Zoran Mamdani. Salute to Miss Spanberger. Okay. And salute to hold on. We're gonna talk about this Trump, the dude falling over. Dude had passed out. Well, it wasn't Trump that passed out, but during a press conference, Trump was fresh off a nap, so he had all the energy in the world. He was ready. But this is why we wanted Trump to be presidency. I ain't gonna lie. This is why the media wanted Trump to be presidency, for moments like this. For the idiocracy moments, or whatever the name of that movie was. Anyway, idiocracy.
People can sleep again because they can breathe as when they go to bed. Folks whose knees don't hurt. People who don't have heart attacks, renal failure, dementia. All the things we know are associated with obesity and much more. People can
look at Trump.
Sleep again.
That boy used to call Sleepy Joe Sleepy. Yeah, he used to have the nerve to call Sleepy Joe Sleepy.
People can sleep again because they can breathe as when they go to bed. Folks.
Yeah, they sure can sleep again.
People can sleep again because,
including the president, sleep right through the meeting. You ain't even you ain't on the Zoom call, bruh. You gotta wear some glasses. Somebody gotta get the president some glasses, man. Anyway, I think it's just God. God is wonderful, man. Every day, God is good. Cause them folks be acting, be swearing that they so close to the Christian faith
and create.
But if you don't know how to spot God, when God be speaking and doing stuff to teach you, then you might not be as close of a Christian, because I'm not that close to the Christian faith, and I could spot God. This was God.
And creating high value jobs. But today you okay? Gordon, you okay?
And again, I ain't gonna sit here and laugh about it or poke fun, even though it is absolutely funny, because again, I think that it's God.
You okay? Gordon, you okay?
Because I don't really see too much color in that room. The whole room looked pale as fuck. You know what I'm saying? This dude right here in the background by the blue flag, he pale as hell. This dude with the bald head, you know what I'm saying, that got a little patch of hair look like in the top He looked like, hey, you guys, he pale as hell. This other bald head dude, you know what I'm saying, that's at least trying to help the dude that's passing out. He pale. Casper, you know, is having a seizure. And I'm going to pray for him, whoever he is, you know what I'm saying, Casper, the friendly congressman or the friendly cabinet member, pale as hell. The speaker is the dude behind the speaker, the only dude, matter of fact, that's RFK. RFK always red, you know, but he always hit them tennis lines and be having good spray paint. But watch what RFK do soon as, you know what I'm saying, Buddy pass out. And he's supposed to be, you know, in charge of health or something like that doctor's supposed to be. He got the hell out of there. Hey, boy, RFK, like look at RFK right here in the corner, your upper right corner. Let me kill that other. Let me kill Paul. I mean, I ain't mean to say pause. I apologize for lack of better words, but let me remove that chat out the way so y'all can look right here in the upper right corner. Watch your RFK Jr., man. Assess the situation. See Buddy, you know what I'm saying, losing it. Buddy get light in the knees. He got so weak in the knees he could hardly stand. That boy RFK didn't waste no time. He looked again. Is he really? What? I'm out of here. My boy followed right behind him.
Thank you, press.
They got his legs in the air like he finna, yeah. Got his legs in the air like he just don't care. But matter of fact, speaking of just don't care, Donald Trump sure know how to strike a pose in the middle of chaos, or at least playing chaos. Donald Trump like, well, at least it ain't me. I might as well pose like last time. And so now we got Sleepy T. What we gonna call him? Sleepy Donald T. Sleepy Don. Don Sleepy. And then we got one of the best pictures of the year. Man got his legs in the air. Donald Trump just sitting there, posted. Oh my God. So Saturday Night Live had a ball with this. You know, I wish that we had Boondocks and we had Living Color and we had more Dave Chappelle, more sketch comedy to talk about some of this crazy wackiness that we be having going on in our country, man. The greatest country of all the lands, the United States of America. All right, man. That's 2 hours, man. So I think it's about time for us to call it a night or call it a morning. We did do a special broadcast this morning. And I think I enjoyed it. I hope that y'all enjoyed yourselves. Make sure you follow us on all platforms at DOZHATOLDYA at Gmail. DOZHATOLDYA on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. And if you would like to send in some music for the Bump What You Heard virtual talent search on Saturdays, make sure you hit us up, DOZHATOLDYA at gmail.com. Send your music in for a live music review. Once we get this traffic going, we will start selecting people to be on our album to come in and write some songs and, you know, make some hits. Time to put the pedal to a metal. Matter of fact, I got somebody pulling up today that I like from the last Bump What You Heard. We also doing all kinds of, we got the breakdown interview available for those who who want to get introduced into the Doja Toja environment, platform, music environment, whatever. I don't know what to call it right now. It's been a long show, but I also want to say shout out to 404 Black. You want to get on, you want to follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe right now. We have content coming every week, every other day. I'm just going crazy for the fourth quarter, man. I'm telling you right now. But we did an interview with this great comedian from Atlanta named 404 Black. He's currently going viral right now, and it was a good one, man. Great interview. We have a great break it down segment on the way. So yeah, plenty content for you guys to have throughout the week, and we're gonna be making some more. So be on the lookout, man. It's your boy Dame Doja. Shout out to 404 Black, man. Thank you 404 Black for coming through. Let me play y'all one of his fun dipsticks.
Man, oh yeah, for sure. They took our wave with that.
Yeah,
I realized
they
that.
took our wave.
That shit had got so popular, man, they put it in the store.
Yeah, so he does skits and reactions and comedy. And he's funny as hell. And we had a great conversation. So y'all go online on the YouTube page and check out the 404 Black interview. By the time you watch this, it'll be up.
And you know with him, cause when you go knock on his door, ask can he come outside, his mama swing that door, open that shit, hit you on that motherfucking face. So when he come to school, like, bro, D-Tay, what the fuck, bro? How you carry your house on your back? He opened his book bag to get a pencil out that motherfucker. His book bag smell just like my mama.
Yeah, man, he's hilarious, man. Again, log in to the YouTube page, subscribe, check out all the content we got on there, man. We got music coming up. Bump What You Heard every Saturday, 12 o'clock. Doja Told Your podcast throughout the week. So we'll be back with more. But this is part 1 and part 2 of the Doja Told Your podcast 165. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to, again, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, Salt and Pepper, Outkast. Shout out to all the Grammy nominations, all the nominees from all genres, even the best album cover and the best album notes. Thoughts and prayers to Doug Martin and family and friends of Doug Martin, of Marshawn Kneeland, of Arthur Jones, of Rudy Johnson, and the list goes on, man. Nick Mangold, rest in peace. There was also some other folks that died that we didn't really talk about, like Dick Cheney and stuff like that, but yeah. The NFL, Paul Tagliabue. I always could never say his name right. Rest in peace, Paul Tagliabue. The NFL commissioner passed away just a day ago or something like that. How do you say it? Tagliabue. Paul Tagliabue. I think I said it right. But yeah, he passed away just a couple of days ago. NFL commissioner, when former NFL commissioner Paul Tagliabue died this morning in Chevy Chase, Maryland. His family announced he was 84 years old. Apparent cause of death was heart failure complicated by Parkinson's disease. Survivors include Chandler, his wife Chandler, son Drew, and daughter Emily. Rest in peace, Paul Tagliabue. And again, thoughts and prayers to all those that have lost somebody to mental health. If you need help, call someone, speak to someone, seek help. Don't bottle it in. Everyone's going through something, but it's better if you speak to someone about it. Thank you for everyone who took your time. If you would like to give any kind of contribution, that's the DOZHATOLDYA Radio Cash App. You can listen to the full show on the Mixlr app. Watch us on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. I'm Dame Doja, and this is the DOZHATOLDYA Podcast.
You're listening to DOZHATOLDYA Radio.